This video is brought to you by Skip. So, Kurt.
Yes.
The point was E3 2019.
That was the year of that E3.
The year was E3.
The time was 2019.
And Nintendo did a direct. They showed a very surprising bit of information. A trailer for Breath of the Wild 2. Out of nowhere.
That wasn't 2019.
That was last year.
Bro, time isn't real.
And we still have no information past then. Maybe an interview here or there. Apart from speculation, absolutely zilch information. Until today.
Or like, it could be like 3 days ago, depending on how your sub feed is. We just learned about it now.
This new game, Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, was just announced, which is basically a prequel to Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, when I saw that trailer, my dick got hard. Am I allowed to say that here? Keep it in.
But yeah, no, so this trailer literally came out of nowhere. I don't know, what are your initial thoughts on it?
First, I was like really excited because I was like, oh shit, Breath of the Wild 2. My hope is finally back. And then you see that it's just the Hyrule Warriors series. And I'm like, But then you realize it's a prequel to the first game. And then I'm like, oh, okay, all right. So my excitement is at a nice, satisfying medium level.
Did you play the last Hyrule Warriors game?
I tried out Hyrule Warriors, and you know, it is actually kind of cool. I have to take that stance because Persona Scramble's coming eventually. So I'm gonna take that stance that I like these games.
It seems that all the elements in terms of all the complaints from Breath of the Wild, which people didn't get in terms of mainly with the story, is now going to be satisfied with basically a prequel. Because the problem with Breath of the Wild is the whole game, you're basically just being told about, oh, what happened 100 years ago. It's like someone telling you a story versus experiencing it. But now with this game, we're actually experiencing it.
I will admit, although it is good to get that backstory, kind of wild, we had to get another game to do the actual plot of Breath of the Wild. But I guess that's how you do your plot. They got like game of the year. Just do your plot in another game.
And since this is a prequel, we already know the ending, which is sad.
Yeah. So, no, you know what? Yeah. I was thinking about that too. I'm like, man, I'm excited to play it. And then I realized I literally know how it ends. It's like getting spoiled for something and then playing it anyway. Like, I got spoiled for like Persona 4, and people are like, it's an incredible, amazing game, and I have no interest in playing it. And that kind of applies here.
Oh my god, now you just got me thinking, imagine people who haven't played Breath of the Wild for some reason playing this and then the game.
Well, actually, it might be a better experience. They play this first, get the story, and then play Breath of the Wild. Yeah. Yo, that actually might be better.
That would actually be really cool. Like, you finish this game, and then you're like, wait,
there's more? No, on God, some 8-year-old's gonna have a blast.
Breath of the Wild 3?
Wait, this is way different from the original Breath of the Wild. There aren't 80 enemies that I get to attack.
Do you think it's a bad thing to have the story and like the narrative carry on through a different medium?
Honestly, because of the story that they set up, it kind of works, but it's only on the basis that they fucked up completely with the story in the first one, where they just didn't tell it. Wait a minute, there's something missing here. Yeah, it ships tomorrow. We gotta get it out. So they just let it go.
It seems like, especially from that like short interview section, it seemed that Aonuma, who was the director of Breath of the Wild, came to them saying, this would be a cool idea. I think if the director of the game was like, crap.
Yeah. Like,
I should have done a story.
Hold on, we didn't tell the story in the last one, guys. Nah, I'm shitting on it extra. Like, they did tell the story, and I thought it was an interesting way to tell the stories. Just wasn't, as compelling. But I think that's what you have to sacrifice for a game that is Breath of the Wild to get that level of freedom. You can't stick to your normal linear storytelling.
Yeah.
But the regular gaming perspective, I'm like, damn. So is it just a thing now to continue your stories in a Dynasty Warriors style?
You might be right.
Every sequel, Dynasty Warriors, Persona 5, then Persona 5 Royal, and now Persona 5 Dynasty Warriors. There's Breath of the Wild, and now Breath of the Wild Dynasty Warriors.
The entire video game industry just has Dynasty Warriors as their sequels and prequels.
The sequel to Tetris is Dynasty Warriors. It actually has a really great backstory to Tetris, but they didn't tell us in the first game.
In all seriousness, I really liked Hyrule Warriors, so I'm really excited for this, especially because it looks so similar to actual Breath of the Wild. What I'm curious about is, well, at least with all the Dynasty Warrior games I've played, which has just been Hyrule Warriors and then a tiny bit of Fire Emblem Warriors, you have like 30 characters to choose from usually. But this, like the whole plot and narrative of this is that there's only going to be like 6 characters.
Well, I feel like they'll add more, right?
Yeah, but why would there be? Because if you think about it, it's Link, Zelda, and then the 4 champions.
From a plot perspective, you're right. From a gaming perspective, they need more than 6. I think they'll add more people to flesh out the lore.
Well, that's a thing. So with Hyrule Warriors, at least, you could play from a villain's perspective. And there was a whole like second plot where you played as Ganon. But of course, Ganon's not really a character yet. He's just a giant beast.
Bro, yeah, he's just like literally like dark sludge.
But the second quote unquote villain for this game is the Guardians. So what if you could actually play as a Guardian?
Here, we already know about Calamity Ganon now. He's just the force of evil.
Yeah.
But where is the story from there? Is there an opposing force other than just the armies? I know it's a weird pitch to be like, dude, the big wartime during Calamity Ganon's thing might not be interesting. But I think I know wild. But I do think it presents its own challenges. There'll probably be a lot of internal struggles between the characters about them understanding each other and whatnot.
Yeah, again, from having that missing in the previous game, having that now appear is going to be so exciting because, you know, it's like we actually get full plot. And we were expecting that with the DLC for Breath of the Wild.
Oh, dude, I was so hoping.
Breath of the Wild 2 initially was created as a 3rd DLC pack. And they were like, you know, we have too many ideas. Let's just make a whole new game. Oh, this is a theory. Let's just think of a timeline, right? So Breath of the Wild comes out, then they announce Breath of the Wild 2, then this game comes out with, you know, a short message being like, oh, Breath of the Wild 2 is still in the works, give us a little bit more time to announce it. Then they release Breath of the Wild 2, but then they do DLC for this game, continuing the sequel in terms of story. So if for some reason with the next game, they struggle with telling the plot like they did in the first game for like gameplay reasons and stuff, they could use this as a format or another platform for just more lore of the game.
I mean, more Dynasty Warriors games to explore the Zelda.
Do you think that Breath of the Wild 2 is going to have an unconventional story like the first game?
With Breath of the Wild 2, there's so many directions they can go. I think the story is going to be somewhat similar, but I believe in them enough that they're going to listen to the fans. But like I said earlier, it's hard to tell a proper story when the game's so loose, and that's kind of the thing. And I kind of like it how it was. If anything, the only ends I would probably add in was music. I think that'd probably be the only thing that was like really like, yo.
Like that's one thing about Dynasty Warrior games is that, or at least with Hyrule Warriors, we just had a crap ton of amazing remixes.
Oh, they have to. All you do is beat motherfuckers up for 20 minutes. So they gotta have music. They don't have a choice.
Like imagine just playing this game, beating up like hundreds and hundreds of enemies, and then you just hear like
it's the calm horse riding music. You slap a bokoblin and it's just you are like putting your sword through his guts. He's like bleeding out, screaming.
Oh, here we go. No. Here we go about the characters, right?
Okay.
There will be a 7th character. It will be the horse.
Ah, yeah, the horse you play as. That
you just play as the horse.
No, honestly, yo, the thick boy Ganon horse? Bro, he could definitely be a... Whole boy would mess people up. To have them do 3 games in the same style, all back to back, shows the power of this new Zelda IP like rebrand that they've done. I think it's so cool.
Yeah, well, as long as you're not counting Link's Awakening with the chibi toy
relax,
style.
Homeboy, relax with that one. That was.
I like how that's part of it. That's part of the 3 great game triad.
You're right, 4 games in the timeline. Breath of the Wild, Breath of the Wild 2, Breath of the Wild, Hyrule Warriors, and we can't forget Chibi Link Awakening. Also in the timeline.
You play as just like the tiny Link running around.
Exactly.
As one of the characters.
Yeah, it's a great time.
Now I'm going to take a wild guess about you. Life is pretty boring. But don't worry, because I'm in the exact same boat. I don't know what to do. Should I just be playing video games all day? Well, no, that's not productive. What is productive? Skillshare. Whether you're learning something new, discovering something new, or exploring something new, Skillshare has it all. Anything in particular which you want to learn? Skillshare probably has it, because they have literally thousands of classes. You can learn animation, illustration. It will give you inspiration with all the information. So I'm getting kind of creatively drained with using my sense of sight. I kind of want to get creative in my other senses. Unfortunately, I'm not going to lick a website, so I guess I'm learning audio. One thing which I think I overlook in my videos is audio mixing. So that's why I'm watching Audio Mixing on the Go, Professional Sound Without the Studio by King Arthur DJ. Even though this is mainly made for people who know how to make music, I think learning how to do something from a different medium is seriously underrated. You don't have to deal with any ads, you can discuss discover new classes all the time, and life can be a little less boring. Who doesn't love learning? And for a limited time, click the link at the top of my description to get a free trial of Skillshare Premium membership. I'm already feeling impatient to play Age of Calamity, so having something productive as a distraction is perfect. Remember to click the link at the top of the description to start your free trial of Skillshare Premium membership. It seriously helps out the channel. Cheers, lads. To conclude this, would you say that this game can pull you through the long wait till the next game?
Honestly, yeah. It's kind of bittersweet because they just reminded me that the other game exists, and that's really the only way I get through these cycles is forgetting that it's real. I'm very happy to see it. I'm excited to play it because I really love this franchise, and I think it's going to be really good.
So, I mean, it's still early to say, but I think having just the more story, the better. Because, again, this world is so new and so exciting because they're breaking so many formulas. Exploring the backstory to this and just having more fun with this is just really exciting.
No, and yeah, I'm excited about it too. I think this will be a nice little addition and a help for the wait. How long I gotta wait for that shit, by the way? When is that coming?
I don't know.
And not that I'm not grateful for this amazing thing over here, but when's the other thing coming?
I think it will definitely be within the next year, 100%.
Okay.
But if not, if it's within the next 2 years, we're gonna get like Wind Waker HD next year or something. It's just like, hey, don't worry, guys.
I want the game. Even though I am down with this nostalgia trip. We're to the Mario Galaxy, Mario 64, Mario Sunshine.
Yeah.
Which Mads will be making a video on soon, maybe.
That's enough squabbling. Thank you so much, Kurt, for joining me. Just quickly to talk about this. Is there any final things you want to talk about this game or anything?
Only thing I gotta say is I wasn't recording the whole time. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay. Do you have anything you want to shout out, Kurt?
Y'all do video games here. I have a streaming channel where I play visual novels, specifically Danganronpa and others. It's really fun. Also, I have Recreo and Kurt Ritchie. Those are my other channels. Please check those out.
Check out Kurt's streaming channel and yeah. See you guys around.
See you guys next time. What if I didn't record?